Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to this webinar on Zoho Cliq's integration with PagerDuty. We are going to be talking about incident management straight out of chat. I'm Manasa from the Zoho Cliq team here, and I take care of all the marketing activities for Zoho Cliq. And I have Scott from the PagerDuty team with me today. Thank you so much, Scott, for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a developer advocate here at PagerDuty. So I help people build integrations and work with integrations here at PagerDuty.
Thank you so much, and it's great to have you here for this webinar. So a little bit of housekeeping information for all the attendees before we start. You can use the chat window on your screen to ask questions throughout the course of the webinar. Our team is here to help you out. The webinar is also being recorded, and we will send over the webinar recording for your reference. You can also tweet your webinar takeaways with the hashtag Cliq-PagerDuty integration, and you can tag Zoho Cliq and PagerDuty on Twitter. So with that, let's take a quick look at the agenda. So we'll start with an introduction to Zoho Cliq and get an overview of Cliq's features. Scott will then walk us through what PagerDuty does, their approach towards incident management and monitoring and all of that. And we will then cover how this integration helps and what it offers, followed by a demo of the working. So let's get started. Now, what is Zoho Cliq? So if you consider businesses or any organization, however big or small, they have the need to collaborate on a daily basis in order to just move things forward, right? So Cliq is a communication software that is built exclusively for businesses. The best part about Cliq is how easily it can adapt to your organization structure. It can reflect your organization tree and all the roles and the hierarchy. And with user-based access controls with extensive administrative and integration capabilities, this makes it an ideal chat software which is built exclusively for businesses. So here's a quick overview of what Cliq has to offer. Now let's first focus on the core aspect, which is communication. So let's say you need to find your colleague and you want to talk to them, or you want to, give them a quick call. So you have messages, you have audio video calls, which lets you quickly find your colleague and communicate with them. Channels lets you collaborate across different departments, and all your group conversations are well structured and neatly organized. You can also conduct company-wide town hall meetings on prime time here. Now, moving on to, organizing all the people in your organization. So you have the admin panel that gives you a bird's eye view of your company or your organization tree. So you can put them into different teams and different departments and all of that. And with events and reminders, these come in handy when you want to keep track of all your to-do items and when you want to sync your calendar and just make sure that all your day-to-day schedule is in one single place. And finally, the Zoho Cliq platform lets you build custom solutions to keep track of data that you have across all the different tools you use. So at its core, Cliq is a simple communication tool which is built to make context data-driven conversations across different tools seamless. So that is all about Cliq for you guys. Now, handing it over to Scott to walk us through PagerDuty.
Right. So PagerDuty is an application or a tool that for our world today, where all of our organizations, all of our businesses need to operate and act and react in real time. At our organizations, we all have many, many signals coming at us. In this slide, we see that we have all these signals coming at us, whether it's from our software services, our containers, social, databases, things of that nature. But any of our organizations have all these signals coming at us, and they're all important, but we don't know what is important, what is actionable. What do we need to act upon? If it's an incident, something that's going wrong, if it's an opportunity, something that's going right, and we should act upon that. Those are different decisions that we need to make, and we need to make them in real time. So what PagerDuty does is it allows us to sift through the noise of all those signals that are coming at us and see the ones that are actionable, and then route those actionable items to the appropriate people, whether it needs to be sent to your developers, your IT ops, your business teams, or your support teams. That's how we can route those incidences to the right people so they can be acted upon. And if we go to the next slide, as we do those things, as we get that information as it's coming in, we can take sometimes, so say you're watching a movie on your favorite streaming service, right? And you're stepping through the tiles and you find your show you want to watch and you click on it, and it takes a few extra seconds to load, and you're thinking, I'm sitting here, and if it's taking any longer, I'm probably going to go to the other streaming service, or I'm going to go watch TV, or I'm going to watch a DVD, or maybe read a book or something. But you're going to go away, and so slow is really the new down. If something doesn't act right now, we're going to go do something else. And so, in that situation, when that show or that video is not loading, that service isn't loading, someone behind that is getting paged. Someone is getting notified that such and such a service is not happening and is loading slowly. And so the developers and the engineers that need to act are getting notified. But also the visibility of having business personnel who are involved with the same process, but maybe not on a technical level, but need to be notified that such a service is having struggles, they're also going to get notified, so that they can know, they can be aware of the impact that the incident is having upon that system and upon those people. And as they work through their incident, and when they're done, they're able to go back and analyze what they need to do, what happened, what went well, what didn't go well. And so as that works, PagerDuty is that central nervous system to allow people to address those incidences, act upon them, and to analyze what's happened so that they can react better in the future. As you progress through your incident management, you actually go from being reactive, where you act when something happens, to where you actually want to be proactive, and where you can analyze and you can see patterns and say, when X and Y happens, Z is probably going to happen in the future. PagerDuty can help you do that. They can help you distinguish what is a possible thing that's going to happen to allow you to be in front of any kind of outage or any kind of incident. So PagerDuty is the intersection of machine data coming in from the left and human response data coming in from the right to allow you to be up all the time, because all of our organizations need to be up all the time. And that's what's so great about integrations like with Zoho Cliq, that allows you to take PagerDuty and then be where your workers are. So when your workers are already communicating through Cliq, PagerDuty can be there as well.
Wow, thank you so much, Scott. So this gave us a clear idea of what PagerDuty and Cliq can do together. So the whole purpose of having an incident management or a real-time operations platform is to basically just restore normalcy as soon as possible and minimize any negative impacts that might occur on the regular business operations, right? So that said, as we already mentioned, one major factor that drives resolving issues faster is context-driven communication or collaboration. Now, your team needs to be notified about incidents as soon as they're triggered, and they also need a space to discuss on solutions. So the incidents that are triggered get resolved as quickly as possible. So this is where the integration comes into picture. So let us take a look at how this integration helps and what it offers for you. The PagerDuty integration for Cliq comes exclusively with a PagerDuty bot, which is practically like your team's virtual assistant on Cliq. Now, the bot keeps an eye on all the services that you are monitoring on PD and notifies a channel that you mapped with. So, instantly, whenever there is an incident that is triggered or acknowledged or resolved, so the bot is there to keep an eye on what's going on. So, everybody in the team is notified in one single place. Now, next up, you have slash commands which act as shortcuts. So you can easily pull up information about incidents that were triggered or previously triggered, or incidents based on their status. And also, if you would like to create an incident right where you're collaborating, you can do that as well. So as you can see, you have the PagerDuty bot here, which pretty much channelizes all the notifications into one single group conversation, whichever you've mapped the respective service with. And whenever there is an incident that is triggered or acknowledged or resolved, you have the option to acknowledge or resolve the incident right from chat. There is a notification that gets posted right inside the channel. So this makes sure that everybody else in the team is notified, and they know that somebody else over there is taking care of this particular incident. And if you can see the slash incidents command, now this is here to help you take a quick view of the recently created incidents, and it also provides an option for you to resolve, or if you would like to head over to PagerDuty and take a detailed look at what this incident is all about, you can do that as well. And similarly, you have the incidents command, which lets you create an incident right from within your chat window. So this is all about the different components that come inside of Cliq, and that allows you to interact with PagerDuty and get data from PagerDuty right where you collaborate. So let's take a quick look at how you can work with all the different components. So I'm going to be talking about the steps that are required to install from the Zoho Marketplace. So you can head over to the Zoho Marketplace from your user panel on Cliq, or you can search for marketplace.zoho.com. Let me just show you how. I'm here in my Cliq's interface, and to head over to the marketplace, all you have to do is just click on this integrations icon that you see on your screen. Click on that, and this will take you to the marketplace. So over here, I'm just going to search for PagerDuty, and you can see that there is an option that gets listed here. Just simply click on that, and you get an option to install this integration. So just allow all the terms and all that, and just click on install. So this should install the extension for you. Now, in case you want to install this directly from the marketplace, you just have to go to marketplace.zoho.com, and you head over to the extension section, and you can find Cliq here, and you can do a quick search, or you can find PagerDuty listed directly. So you just have to click install. So this is pretty much how you install this integration. So once you click install, you can choose to install this for everybody in your organization or for a specific team alone. It depends on how you would like to use the integration. So once you install the integration, what happens is the PagerDuty bot gets activated, and you get subscribed to the bot. So the bot sends you a nice little welcome message like so, and walks you through a series of tips. So it offers a series of help tips and says that it can help you with all the following items. So once you go over the series of help tips, you can simply head over to the map services option that you see at the bottom of the chat window, and clicking this would allow you to map a service that you have on PagerDuty, and you can map that with a channel that you have on Cliq. So by doing this, you're basically channelizing all the notifications into one single group conversation. So this is to just make sure that everybody who's involved or who's contributing to this particular service can stay notified in one single space. So as you can see, whenever there is an incident that gets triggered, the bot instantly notifies the channel here. And if somebody has to acknowledge or resolve this, then they can click on this button and it gets updated directly in PD as well. So this is pretty much how the bot works. Now let's quickly take a look at how the incidents work in real time. So I'm heading over to PagerDuty now, and I'm going to create an incident. And the service that I have here is a shopping cart service. So I'm just going to add this incident, user authentication error, and I'm going to give the priority as high, and I'm just going to simply create the incident. So if you can see, the bot instantly notified the channel that it has been mapped with, and it gives a gist of all the information related to the incident. It shows who's been assigned to this particular incident. So the user can choose to acknowledge or resolve this right from here, or if they would like to view more details, then they can click on this and it takes them directly to this incident page in PagerDuty. So this is how you can instantly channelize all your notifications from PagerDuty onto your communication platform. Now, let's say you are having a conversation with your colleague and you would like to get a list of information, get some details about this incident that has been recently triggered. So you can simply go right ahead and use the /view incidents command. Executing this command would pull up a form where you can choose to select the service of your choice. So right now we have only one service listed. So if you have multiple service, then you can choose the service of your choice and choose the state of the incident that you want to pull up, and you can click on view. So this will show all the recent incidents that have the status as triggered, and it gives you a gist of all the incident details, right? So you can have a conversation easily with anybody from across different teams or across different departments and tell them what you're looking for and tell them that this is the incident that we are support on, and you can get these sorted as quickly as possible. Now, there might be certain situations where you would have to create an incident right from where you're collaborating. So in that case, you can choose to create an incident by two ways. One is by using the /command /incident. So once you do /incident and execute the command, it pulls up a form again. So you can just quickly go right ahead and given your incident details. So I'm just going to say payment gateway session timeout, and select the service and assign it to a person, and this shows that the incident is created, and again the bot gets triggered because there's a new incident that gets triggered, right? So, or if you have a message that's already on click, and if you want to directly convert this message into an incident, you can simply click on this menu icon that you see here, and you can click on the more option, and you can choose to create an incident from the message. So you're basically performing an action on the message. The message gets added as the incident details, and you can assign and you can associate this with the service and associate this with a user again. So once you do that, it creates an incident in PagerDuty. So this is pretty much how the integration works. You have instant notifications whenever there is an incident that gets triggered or acknowledged or resolved, and you can choose to view information, bring in all the data that you have in PagerDuty to have context driven conversations, so you can be more proactive and choose to resolve incidents as quickly as possible. Here's a quick recap of what this webinar was all about. We started off with an introduction to Zoho Cliq, and Scott walked us through what PagerDuty does and how this integration will help users who manage their incidents, who use PagerDuty for monitoring their operations, how this would prove essential in situations where you want to collaborate across different teams and departments to get an issue or an incident sorted. So we then took a look at the different steps to install and use the PagerDuty integration for Cliq. And we also took a look at the different components, right from the PagerDuty bot to the different commands which act as shortcuts to pull up data from PagerDuty and supply your conversations with data so you can focus on what needs to be done as soon as possible. So this was all about this integration.
Very impressed with the full integration power of Cliq, and that is awesome to be able to bring the incidences into a Cliq communication so that you can keep, like we said before, so you can keep working where you're working, right? You don't have to go somewhere else to see what's going on, or even to raise an incident, right? To raise something, if you see something, you can communicate it straight from Cliq. So that's awesome.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure to co-present with you. We will be sending the webinar recording shortly. If you would like to reach out to us, our support team is available at support@zohocliq.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. Zoho Cliq is our Twitter handle. Please do tweet your webinar takeaways to us with the hashtag Cliq-PagerDuty integration. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day and bye-bye.